All right. Welcome, everybody, to this stream. We got our guy Duncan back. Let's hit that intro. What were you saying?
That was a banger, man. Good work on that.
It's a banger, man. It's a
All right, man. It's
banger.
good to be back, man.
We're excited. What's up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to J Sports. I'm not alone. As you can see, there's a hot son of a gun, ladies. If you want him to take off his shirt, you want him to take off his pants. His knee is injured right now, so be careful with the moves you have him do.
Don't worry,
Welcome to J
ladies. Don't
Sport.
worry.
Don't,
I
don't,
will not
don't
be
worry.
doing that.
For you, he'll get it done. He's a sexy son of a gun. He knows what he's doing. Uh, Welcome to J Sports. Like I said, I'm your host, Jason Lemieux. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You guys are viewing our videos, which we appreciate, but you're not giving us that sub. So make sure you give us that subscription so we can also beat Oscar because we need to. We can't let Commanders fans win. Nats fans win. Um, and support us on PayPal so that we can keep doing these streams and I can keep buying these Cokes and these microphones and all of that. We got our guy from Franchise Sports Media, Duncan Dye. What up?
What's up, man?
What's up?
It's
What's
good to be
up?
back.
Yeah, it's been since prior to the playoffs.
Yeah, since
Like
I'm not gonna
August.
lie, man. I needed a little time after we lost because I wasn't really dying to get on and talk about it right away. I just, it hurt as a Dodger fan. I'm used to it, but it seems like each year it gets worse. You know what I mean?
I'm still holding a grudge over it, but the only reason I got into it was because lots of things were happening. I didn't want to miss out, and Oscar was saying, "You have to do it, man. Come on." So he wouldn't stop crying and complaining. So I'm still not ready, man. And based on what the Dodgers are doing, it's gonna get worse. So I mean, I'm not that excited. Um, let's start off with some people that have left the Dodgers. Let's start off with Cody Bellinger. So Cody Bellinger played for the Dodgers from about 2017 to this year. So he had 6 full seasons with the Dodgers just about. He was a prospect. He was on team control. He was the 2019 MVP. He hit a couple walk-offs in the postseason in 2020, pandemic era. Um, but ever since then, Cody Bellinger wasn't the same. And I mean, I remember in uh, the spring training, you said, I'm worried about this guy named Cody Bellinger. I said, got to be careful with that. But we also noticed that he only hit a couple dingers here and there. We shared one last time you were on the stream, I think, where he hit the grand slam against the Giants. But
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's all he really did. And in the playoffs, it got so bad that Doc had to bench him because he just wasn't doing a single thing. So, how are you feeling about Cody Bellinger leaving? Are you cool with it? Are you like, oh my god, this is terrible? And by the way, he signed with the Cubs for I forget how long. I don't remember the deal, but he's with the Cubbies
Yeah, I believe it. I think he's getting 17 million for 2 years,
for 2 years.
and I'm happy about it, man. Honestly. Okay, so if you had asked me 3 years ago that Cody Bellinger would be, you know, basically released and given up on, I'd be like, no way, you're crazy. That's the MVP. But the amount of time that he had to bounce back from his struggles, it started in 2020, and then obviously he had a god awful year in 2021 where he hit less home runs in a season, a full season, than he did in a 60 game season, which is it's
Insane.
crazy. You know what I mean? And I think that he just wasn't putting in the work. Maybe it was injuries, but we are a franchise that every year our goal is to win the World Series. And so we just we don't have time to mess around with, the Cody Bellingers of the world and the unsure players that we don't know are really going to help us when the time comes. So I like the decision. I think that if Cody Bellinger goes to Chicago and he, you know, revises his career, he brings it back to who he used to be, then I'll be happy, honestly, because the Cubs aren't really a danger to us. They're just an opportunity for Bellinger to get back to the 30, 40 home run guy he is. And, I am a Bellinger fan, and I guess I'm sad about how it turned out, but, his numbers were batting average wise barely breaking 200. In 2021, he hit like 159.
Something
And
like
that's,
that.
yeah, it's no bueno.
Yeah, and I mean, with Cody Bellinger too, last year or this past season, he had to go to arbitration along with Edwin Rios and a few other guys. So you would think Cody Bellinger wasn't really that great anymore. And I love Bellinger, I do. Um, Wish he could still be a Dodger, but did he want to go through arbitration again, or did he want to go to a team where they saw some value in him? Um, and not only that, too, but we have some of the best hitting coaches in the league. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the postseason because we have to. Those coaches need to be fired because they had a problem all season long where
Without a doubt.
without it, even in July or June, that absolute 11-game slump, and they lost 3 in a row to the Giants. You would think, like, I mean, are you guys shitting me? You guys are highly paid. You're the best in the league, and you guys can't get these guys to hit. And part of it is the guys themselves. You can only coach so far, right? As a coach, you can't go. You can coach your ass off. It's all about the guys, though. Can they follow through, right? Um, and I think Max Muncy. I mean, he and Austin Barnes, but especially Max Muncy, he changed his swing. He said, "What am I doing wrong?" What? And he changed it. He changed the angle. He changed this. Bellinger kept doing the parallel to the knees, bat to the ground, kind of batting thing, and it really didn't work for him. So there's that whole thing of hard-headedness, or I can put it as stubbornness to change, where maybe the coaches try to say, "Hey, Belly, try this," and he's change your mechanics, and he said, "No, I'm Cody Bellinger. I'm gonna do what I want." So I wonder if that's gonna happen with the Cubs, or if our coaches just aren't that good anymore, and Cody Bellinger comes back in the middle of the season, he's hitting dingers off the Dodgers.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
At this current time for Cody Bellinger, I think the MVP season he had is the worst thing for him because everybody's like, okay, with these mechanics, he was able to go out and hit 47 home runs, win MVP, have a over 300 batting average. But in reality, now maybe he's just lost a little power because his stance, he's not really in a position to where he can use his legs. I mean, on a low pitch, he really has to dig down and get down there. And, if he's depleting on his injuries and his power's going away, I mean, that's why a lot of these are going to the warning track, not carrying over the fence like they used to, because his stance isn't properly set. He needs to, I don't know, lower his knees a little bit, like get in a more comfortable position at the plate. I'm not a major league hitter, but I did play, and I know that the guys that have their unique stances and it works for them, all this kind of stuff, it's just luck that's about to run out. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
luck that's about to run out. Eventually, you got to fix the mechanics. You know what I mean? And I do think it's a little bit of him being stubborn with the coaches, but at the same time, that MVP season, maybe they're like, you know what? No, we'll let you figure it out your way, get back to who you were, but it's just not working.
So maybe they just gave him too much freedom.
Yes, exactly.
Which there is a way you can do that. But and last year, okay, fine, the injury. You couldn't use that this year, especially when he kept telling the media, "I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better." Well, if you're better, then fix your goddamn mechanics, Belly. Maybe you'd still be a Dodger. Um, does he need it? Maybe does he need? This is a question that he was asked at his introductory press conference. Do you think that that he needs a new scenery? Does he need a change of scenery? Is that what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that playing out now with him going to the Cubs is the best option for him. I don't really see him, like, if he had stayed with the Dodgers, I don't really see him changing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
Mhm.
pressure playing in LA. I mean, look at Joey Gallo with the Yankees. Joey Gallo used to be, I mean, yeah, sure, his batting average has always been low, but he used to have the power that Bellinger was expected to have the past few years. And maybe the pressure of the big market team and all those fans. Not saying Dodger fans are like Yankee fans, but it is a big stage. It's not really like Chicago sense where he might be a little more comfortable, allowed to, do his thing on a fourth place team where the pressure isn't really there, get himself back. You know what I mean? Maybe even, the shift being banned this season. I like that. I think maybe his batting average could, get up a little bit because of that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny because we're talking about his batting average, his stance, his eliteness on the field though in center field is it's incredible. I mean, he stopped balls that could have ruined the
Yeah.
Dodgers. And so it's funny how he kept up his defense. So the Dodgers lose a great center fielder there. Um I don't I There was a comment that, oh, maybe he'll come back to the Dodgers. I don't see it because if Cody Bellinger goes on and he does make a change and he is hitting better, the last place he's gonna go back to is the place where his career went to the trash. He's not gonna just all of a sudden start hitting awesome and great and then go back to the place where, it just wasn't that good.
Right. It wouldn't
Right?
make sense.
It wouldn't make sense.
But it did
Uh,
happen with Matt Kemp.
yeah, Matt Kemp, but Matt Kemp didn't even do anything for the Dodgers when he came back. I don't even. When did he come back?
He did win an All-Star. Remember? He came
That's
back in
true.
2018 and he won an All-Star. Not
That
saying
is
that's
true.
what happened with Bellinger, but that would be great. But we're
I
talking
I
about
just
like future
I
season.
don't see Cody Bellinger coming back.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that I don't want him back. It's just what the hell is this? I have no idea what the hell this is. But anyway,
What happened? Good.
it's this thing here. I don't know if you can see it.
I couldn't really see it. Bring it back up a little bit more, a little bit, and then to your left
Is it left?
or to the right. I'm sorry.
Oh, to the right. Okay, here.
Oh shit! Yeah, what is that?
What the fuck is this? I don't know.
Distraction. That's what it is. It's a distraction.
It's a fucking distraction. I'm like, what the? It's like moving over here, and I'm like, what?
I know, right? It's like the drama or whatever that goes behind some of these athletes.
Seriously, and it doesn't
But
close either.
you know,
Anyway, let me put this down. Um, yeah, Cody Bellinger, he's out of the Dodgers, out of Dodger Blue, and he's going to the Chicago Cubs. The Dodgers don't play the Cubs all that much,
nah, not really.
so they won't get to see Belly all the time.
Mhm.
In fact, I think Cubs are one of the teams we play the least.
Well, it's a little even. I mean, any team that's in the NL that's not in our division, we play them in two series, one home and one
Right. Which I feel
away.
like we should
So
be
we'll see
playing
them twice or two series year.
we should see him more so that the Dodgers can get used to playing, good players.
Right. Well,
You, you
we'll
know,
see about that.
yeah.
So go
It's just another player that has left is Justin Turner. This is a big topic. Um, you know, Justin Turner. When I told you, I said, "Hey man, they're gonna get rid of Justin Turner," and you said, "No, man, that's Justin Turner, man. They can't do that." Well,
It's like Kershaw.
Justin.
I mean, I wanted him to stay. Sue
Yeah,
me.
I mean, well, look. So Justin Turner left for who did he go to? Boston,
Red Sox, yeah.
to the Red Sox, which by the way, they're starting to come back from being the Dead Sox to the Red Sox. They're starting to build, so they're a team the Dodgers should definitely worry about. So he went to the Red Sox. The Red Sox traded JD Martinez to the Dodgers. Now, Justin Turner, look, I mean, he got that 2017 walk-off home run that Kurt Gibson got in 1988, right? 29 years to the day, literally. He was great in he was in the first half. His numbers were actually kind of horrible. In the second half of each season, he started hitting dingers. He started hitting them over the wall. He started doing great in the postseason. But he's also getting older. He's not as mobile, and they were going to have him more in the DH spot. So, do you think that getting JD Martinez, he's a little bit younger than Justin Turner. They're going to have him in the DH spot. He's basically Justin Turner. He does like to hit it to right field a lot. But given how Boston's park is not as big as Dodger Stadium, I think he's going to have a better time at Dodger Stadium hitting those balls. It's a much bigger park. So, give me your takes on Justin Turner leaving and us getting JD Martinez.
Okay, so real quick, I think it's good for both teams, the investment there, because I'll start off with JD Martinez, of course. JD Martinez historically hits well at Dodger Stadium. And I've said it before on the stream, but a lot of players make their decisions on how well they hit at the ballpark that they're signing with. Like Corey Seager going to the Rangers is solely because in the World Series and the NLCS and all that stuff, it was played at that ballpark, and he went off. And, even the games that they played the Rangers, he hit a lot of bombs. Back to JD. He once had a 4 home run game at Dodger Stadium. Not a 3 home run game, a 4 home run game at Dodger Stadium. I remember it. I was watching it at some, Mexican restaurant. And,
they were playing it.
It was like 16-1 Arizona. This is when and I remember I'm like, I really hope he hits number 4. I mean, the game's over right now, and he did it. And it's like, I think that, and of course, when the Red Sox played the Dodgers in the World Series, the clinching game, he had a bomb that game too. And of course, they went on to win a World Series. So he hits well at Dodgers. I definitely think that that's a factor in this decision. And I think that that's good for us. I hope it holds up. I think that he'll hit 30-plus home runs for us, honestly. If 40. That's my prediction. Now, Justin Turner to the Red Sox. Well, what color is his beard? Red. Perfect. He's like a lumberjack. That's the kind of, the vibe they got going on in Boston, like the Dustin Pedroia, even Shane Victorino, the Flying Hawaiian, grew his beard out. Yeah. But, I think it works out. I think 20 home runs over the monster for him.
Okay. You've seen they have similar numbers. They've both struggled in their respective ball clubs. Justin Turner. So let's get to JD Martinez. I mean, the numbers. He's gonna be like another JT, right? You can look at his numbers. Or if you want to look them up, fine. But
yeah, I'll look them up, and we'll go over this because
let's go over his numbers because my argument is he's really like a JT. They need a designated hitter, a DH, since they made it a universal DH instead of just an AL in the American League. But and let me know when you have the number so I can stop talking. But I argue, right, that this is Justin Turner, not 2.0, but they're in their latter halves of their career. They're in their later stages. And could he hit 20, 30 home runs? Possibly. But if he is the JT that we just traded, I don't see 20, 30 home runs coming out of him.
Right. Well, everyone has down years. I mean, Justin Turner, I can understand because he's old, but JD Martinez, we're talking about, okay, so he hasn't really slid down the path here. I mean, he had an average season. He had 274 last year. He had 62 RBIs, like 16 home runs, but the year before that, he stayed steady he was hitting 286 with 20
Hold on a
plus
second.
home runs. And then we're talking about not playing a full season. His last full season, he had, I believe it was 43 home runs. And then the year before that, 45 home runs. So we're not talking about a Cody Bellinger here because, his numbers and with runners in scoring position, the whole time he's actually been, his batting average is over 300.
So what was this last year's batting average and all of that?
Last year he hit 274. That's not that bad.
And that's the 2022 season?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is not bad at all. Justin Turner's was, I think, even lower. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, do you think he's going to be – do you think he's going to be better than JT? Because, look, I'm thinking of the Padres game, NLDS game 2. It's 4-3 Padres. You got runners on first and third. You got runners on the corners. JT's coming up to bat. Nobody's out. And he doesn't do anything. And the Dodgers could have at least tied the game.
I know, man.
So, and I love JT. JT is Dodgers. He became an icon for a reason. 10 seasons with the Dodgers, or 9-10 seasons. I mean, you think of Dodgers, you think Justin Turner. The Yankees are the only team that does captaincy. JT would wear the C. So are the Dodgers losing out, or do you think they're doing better? Because he's gonna be a DH player.
I don't think the Dodgers are losing out. I think that what we're going to do, I'll tell you what our field is going to be as of right now. Obviously, we got Will Smith, Freddie Freeman at first. I think it's going to be Gavin Lux and Chris Taylor up the middle. But when we're talking about third base, I don't see is going to be our third baseman because that's what he was all last year anyways. So, the investment is really in outfield and more power because that's what we lacked in the NLDS. In those two games against the Padres, we had a lot of runners in scoring position, but we just weren't hitting for power. You know what I mean? Like that's how you jump ahead in today's game. You hit a 3-run bomb. You hit a 2-run shot, and then all of a sudden guys are hitting doubles because the energy is alive. So I think it's about getting a spark in the lineup. I think that's what they tried to do with Joey Gallo at the trade deadline. They're like, okay, yeah, let's just get a home run guy, and maybe he can spark up our power. Didn't work. We ended up losing in 4 games, but I think that's what they're trying to do with JD Martinez. I agree with the decision. It is a home run game now, and the team that hits the most home runs and also pitches well, of course, but provides the most power like the Astros did, they take it, like the Braves did. Guys like Jorge Soler stepping up to hit a 3-run bomb to completely silence the crowd. That's how you won the World Series in this game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Jorge Soler was a monster. And so, and look, we'll get to the offseason in just a little bit. Or the postseason. We're talking offseason. Look, I was so sad to lose Justin Turner. I mean, I cried a little because that's Justin Turner. I'm just I don't. I guess I'm just curious to see where this is gonna go. We'll see. I think this is a good thing for the Red Sox because if Justin Turner can find himself there, the Dodgers just weren't gonna pay him. I think what he's getting paid $15 million. So I don't think the Dodgers were willing to go that high. And Justin Turner, let's just be real. He's not ready to retire, so he's looking for that multi-year deal. Who's going to give me 2-3 years to into my 40th year, right, of life, into my 40th birthday? And I think the Red Sox were going to do it. The Red Sox won another World Series. It's been 9 years. If they go to the World, it'll be a decade since they've gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Which team?
The Red Sox.
No. They won the World Series in 2018.
Didn't they go
Not
in
too long,
2013? Because I remember that was the Boston Marathon bombing. No?
Yeah, but remember they took us out 2018.
Yeah, they went.
games.
Oh, that's right. So they won the World Series in 2018 and 2013.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
They have some recent success. Believe it or not, the Red Sox are the most successful baseball team since 2000 because they have the most championships. 4 over the Giants is 3.
Well, hold on. When else did they win? They won 2013. They won 2018.
2007, and then of course 2004.
That's
when
right.
they broke the curse. Yeah.
Yes, they broke the curse. That's right. They did it 8 years before no.
I don't blame you for forgetting that. I want to forget it too, man. I can't believe it. Can I just bring something back up?
Sure.
Yeah. World Series Game 4. This is not on the segment, I noticed, but you mind if I talk about how bad Dave Roberts is? And obviously he tanked this year like he always does. But in 2018 against the Red Sox.
Oh my God! You're gonna remind me. Let me drink while you do this.
Yeah, get your drink on, because World Series Game 4, we are down 2-1 in the series, but we have a chance to tie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to run early. I forgot how I think Peterson hit some solo shot.
Peterson hits a solo. That's a solo shot.
And then Yasiel Puig hit an absolute, he had an absolute monster 3-run shot. All the momentum was on our side. We're up 4-0. Rich Hill. He pulls Rich Hill with a shutout, and he's dominating. He puts in, I forgot what that terrible pitcher's name
Alex
was.
Wood? No, not Alex Wood.
The righty, Ryan something. And he ended up giving a 3-run bomb up, and just Dave Roberts killed the momentum, man. It was terrible. And we lost.
I was going to save the postseason until last, but since you're on Dave Roberts. So Justin Turner is on his way to Boston, or he's already there. I bet you he's moving. JD Martinez is coming to the Dodgers. We will see how that pans out. We'll see how many bombs they both hit. Maybe this might be a good thing for the Red Sox if Justin Turner can really fix his first half of the season and then come back in the second half and get them going.
Right.
They've been the Boston Red Sox for like the last few years after 2018. I don't think they like that title, and they're gonna come back.
Definitely.
Everyone keeps telling me, no, they're not gonna come. No, they're gonna come back.
Plus, they have a guy by the name of Kike Hernandez.
Could they have Kike Hernandez, who is an absolute?
Yeah. Don't sleep on that guy.
Remember that game in 2017? I think it was against the Rockies, and Kike Hernandez just had that bomb of a game. It was the game that sent us to the World Series, and it was in the NLCS. I think it was like Game 5 or Game 6, and Kike Hernandez just hit like 3 home runs or a 3-run homer. Made it like 11-3 or something. It was crazy.
Good times.
And then the Dodgers gave up Kike Hernandez.
Yeah, I mean, I was sad to see him go too. 2 guys that really helped us those years.
Jock Peterson.
Yeah, Kike.
Mm-hmm. Well, is he still playing for the Giants?
Yeah, he's still there.
Traitor. I like how he chose the Giants, when they're not going to do anything. Even Giants fans admit it.
Well, they
Anyway,
didn't get Aaron Judge, so
they just lost Correa, which we're going to go over. But since
yeah.
we were talking Dave Roberts, the worst manager I think in baseball. Let's go into the postseason because what did I keep telling you, man? I kept telling you, I kept screaming it from my room in my studio on this show for a whole year from April and on. The Dodgers suck. The Dodgers suck. The Dodgers suck. Games where it's 2-1, let's say Padres, or no, we did great against the Padres. Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks was a team the Dodgers couldn't beat. It was Angels. It was whoever. And the Dodgers could not hit. There was one game against the Padres. It was a Sunday game. It was at Dodger Stadium. It's tied. And we've got runners in scoring position. Nobody can hit. And I'm going, okay, this is a problem. And then the 11-game slump, I'm like, the bats are dead, but it's not the first time. They were dead in April. They were dead in May. Now they're dead in June. They came back in July a little bit. They really came back in August. And then once they hit September, it was like, what the last few games with the Rockies. The Rockies shouldn't have won half of those games, and they did because the Dodgers couldn't hit.
You were right, man. And I didn't want to believe it when you were telling me that, because, yeah, we were losing to can I cuss once? Shitty teams, basically. Teams that have no business.
You can curse. I don't give a damn.
The teams that have no business in beating us. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're just saving their energy for the playoffs. But in reality, that's not how sports works. I mean, they just went on a coach streak at the wrong time, and I didn't want to believe it. You were right. You're like, they're not going to do anything against the Padres, and I'm like, oh, come on, it's the Padres. And, and what happened, man? I mean,
a team that you went 14-5 against. Your batting average was over 700, over 800 with the Padres against the Padres. Will Smith had 289 was batting 289 with runners in scoring position, especially against the Padres. You outscored the Padres 10-1, even with their scary lineup with Machado and all of those guys. And you don't do it. I was telling everyone was telling me I was wrong. You don't know sports. Oh, you're an idiot YouTuber. What do you know? And all those motherfuckers were starting to complain. Oh my God, we're doing so bad. Who told you? Me. I did.
Right.
And I wish I was wrong. I wish I came on here and said, you know what? Like, I wish I could have come on and said, you know what? I was wrong. Fucking Dodgers, man. Look at them going to the NLCS. Oh, man, look at the fucking Dodgers going to the World Series. Holy shit, I take it back. And I was even too friendly. I said the most they'll go is NLCS. And if they go to the NLCS, they lose in Game 6. They go to the World Series, which they won't. They'll lose in Game 5. How many hateful comments did I get? Every time I said it, I got hateful comments.
Yeah, man. It's called being a diehard fan, man. When you just want to look past the evidence. You know what I mean? Like, when Buehler got hurt early in the season, I had a gut feeling that it was over, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and they tried to get him to come back, and they were lying about the injuries, and then Blake Trinan was lying about the injuries. So that's one mistake is that they do what the Golden Knights do. They do what the goddamn Dallas Cowboys are doing. No, Ezekiel Elliott isn't hurt. His knee's fine. What are you talking about? Oh, shit, we're losing Ezekiel Elliott for a few games. Oh, Robin Leonard's fine. What are you talking? He's okay. He's injured. Oh, now Leonard's back. Oh, Leonard's out. Why? Oh, he's got to have hip surgery because he was injured the whole time. And now they do it again with, Blake, he was being so cagey and so dodgy with the media. When are you coming back? What the fuck game were they playing? That and then they get Dustin May back, and everyone's like, "Oh, I was even like, oh hell yeah!" That first game against Miami, he was filthy, absolute nasty pitches, man. Woo! I thought, oh shit, it's Maytober. It's Red October. It's mesmerizing. It's amazing. It's Maytastic. Right?
I haven't heard these, but
Yeah. I get it from a lot of memes, and then Dodgers Nation, and then some of them I made up, like Maytastic,
yeah, that
Makexcellent.
one I haven't heard.
Yeah, Maytastic, Makexcellent. May the fucking fantastic. Get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Although it
right.
wasn't quite like that in October, though.
That's right. And then you started seeing Dustin May lose his command, his velocity was not where it used to be, but it wasn't that far down either. But he had a lot more a harder contact rate. He had more hard contact. He had more walks. He had less strikeouts. He was going too far in the zone instead of out. His curve was just not, his splitter was not even, his splitter was getting him in trouble. And then his attitude on the field was like a kid. He was giving some attitude and throwing a tantrum. Dude, you're the one fucking up. And then you've got the only guys who did reasonably well were Julio Urias and Tyler Anderson. And Tyler Anderson was cruising. Yeah, okay. How many base hits did he give away? Like a couple? Give away a run?
Not that many, yeah. He did well, man.
He was cruising.
Really
and in
up.
fact, the Padres admitted, oh, when Dave pulled out Gonsolin, we knew we had the Dodgers. When they put out Anderson, when they had Anderson in there, we were fucked. Anderson had the Padres on the ropes, and Dave fucking Roberts pulls him out because all they do is they rely on analytics. Well, if we have Tyler Anderson go against the lineup 3 times, 50% says this, 30% says that. And we don't want him going to have Machado hit 3 times through the lineup. I don't know. I see Tyler Anderson with 1 run. He doesn't really have a lot of runners in scoring position. The Dodgers are cruising. They're leading. Oh, let's pull him out and let's home run Heaney come in. Oh, come on. They're analytics.
Yeah. Which is why he went to the Angels, man. That's why he didn't resign with us. I mean, it's like, oh, come on. How could I play for a team that it's just they go by clipboard, statistic, just everything is on the clipboard. They don't make their own decisions.
It's a computer. They let the computer say, well, he shouldn't face Machado through the lineup. He's faced him twice, and he's got him. He's got the Padres on the ropes. Imagine if you had, I don't know how much you know the UFC, but when Anderson Silva was fighting, and let's say you had Silva's coach say, hey, Silva, the computer says 50%. Don't put him in that armbar. Oops, now you're on the floor. What? Absolute stupidity from Roberts, too. The whole team just, analytics. Fuck your numbers. Fuck your analytics. Forget all of that. How's Tyler Anderson doing? Hey, he's in control, man. And then, instead of putting in Fireman Phillips, he puts in Tommy Kahnle in a back-to-back situation. Why would you put Tommy Kahnle in a back-to-back? He hasn't done that at all this season.
I just, yeah.
And then
I don't know, man.
Away those runs.
It's hard to explain.
And then who else does he bring in? He brought in Kahnle, and then it was in the bullpen. Oh my god, I'm already forgetting. By the time he brings in Phillips, it's late.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he brought in No, Brusdar Grater, I think it was.
It was either him or Yancy Almonte.
Oh no, it was Almonte. I'm sorry. And then Yancy Almonte gives up the 5 runs, or makes it 5. Ties it to 5 because he got a base hit. The ball was fair. I forget. I think Soto was at third. Boom. Someone was at third. Gone. That's it. And then there's like, hey, now let's bring in Phillips. When it's over?
Yeah.
You assholes. And then Mookie fucking Betts.
Yeah, okay, so I'll talk about that.
Let me calm down while you talk.
Before game 1 of the NLDS, he went on like some bowling spree for his birthday, and I'm pretty sure he got like drunk and hung over or some shit. And that didn't carry well, and he just didn't perform well in the NLDS because of that. I feel like his mindset wasn't really there, and none of them were besides Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman. I mean,
that's right.
That's right. If Freddie Freeman was on a 1 year, I promise you, if Freddie Freeman had the option, I think he would have left too.
How much you want to bet he asked whoever is his agent? I think he's his own agent.
Year.
Huh?
I don't think he asked for a trade because he's under contract and he's getting paid. But if it was anything less than what he signed for, yeah, for sure. Like if he had an opt-out, he would have opted out.
I wonder if there is an opt-out in the contract. I wonder because
not anytime soon.
Oh man. If I were to sign with the Dodgers, I would say, fine, I'll sign your 6-year deal, but I want an opt-out at any time.
Yeah.
Because how are you, the team that has the biggest payroll, now it's actually Boston, or who's got the Mets have, I think, either the first or now second biggest payroll. It's in the top 3. And how are you guys that expensive? You pay like $270 million or $70 million in luxury tax and all of the tax and all of that. How are you Mookie Betts, Marcus Lynn Betts, 2-time champion, NLCS MVP, or whatever the hell you are, and you make $365 million in 13 years? How?
I know.
Or 12 years.
He had a lot of opportunities with runners in scoring position. He had a lot of opportunities to show the power that he displayed all year. He had 35 home runs this year. That was the most he's ever hit for anyone, including the Red Sox. And it just didn't show, man. I don't know. Like, he was World Series MVP in 2020, but you kind of saw last year too, where he had a decent instance, but when it came down to the NLCS against the Braves, he was nowhere to be found, on the biggest stage. And I think that's another reason why. We could talk about Dave Roberts. You're right. We could talk about the bullpen. You're right. But the offense didn't show any energy.
Jack shit. They didn't do jack shit.
We could have won. We could have won 8-5 instead of 5-3. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure. No, we gave up those 5 runs, but if we dominated on offense, we could have topped that easily.
Exactly.
Yeah, but, like we did all year against the Padres.
Yeah, especially against the Padres. But there was a guy on MLB who said Mookie Betts should absolutely be embarrassed. Mookie Betts should be embarrassed with himself. Why don't you fucking go be a bowler, Mookie? Just fucking go be a bowling champion. Get out. Let's get someone who won't fucking slack off. And you had batters up and down the goddamn lineup. And number 2 and 3 are the ones that do all the work for you? So Mookie Betts, Gavin Lux, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Austin Barnes, Cody Bellinger, Miguel Vargas, Joey Gallo. Who else am I missing?
Trace Thompson too. He was
Trace Thompson,
yeah.
which you and I argued, oh, he should definitely be in, and he should have. He earned his spot, and then he did not do anything.
I know.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Instead of it being Trace Thompson's little brother for Klay Thompson, he remained Klay Thompson's little brother. The whole team was absolute shit from the top to the bottom. And every single time I said it, I said, look at the way they're managing the bullpen. Look at the way they're handling their pitchers. Look how they're putting them in the game. Look how Dave Roberts is doing. Look how the hitters can't hit for jack shit. Nobody listened. Honestly, I felt like a fucking lunatic. Like, you know that guy in the park that's screaming about Jesus? And everyone's like, fuck that
that
guy's
was
on
me
drugs.
too, man. I mean, there was other guys too that had a lot of opportunity. I think there were some bases loaded opportunities. They left 11 men on base one game that we won, game one, and everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, this is an off game for the Dodgers," and they still won. And I'm thinking to myself, well, the Dodgers are a streaky team. The next 3 games are going to be off games. What chances of winning those are very null. And it's like they always seem to find their rhythm in June and July. You know, they'll have 50 home run months in the summer, and then, you know, around October they just get cold every year.
The Dodgers are frauds in the postseason. For all those that say we're paper champions, fuck you. The Dodgers are actual champions in 2020, but that's not enough for me. And I know you've said it. I want a full 162 season, and I want them to win a World Series. You guys, whoever the critics are who've said it, you are right. The Dodgers are frauds in the postseason, in a full season. The Dodgers cannot win a fucking World Series in the full season. You are right.
Yeah.
They are.
So do you want to talk about Carlos Correa now for a bit, or?
Woo! Yeah. We'll take a drink to calm down.
That took a turn of events, for sure. Well, not what I was expecting.
Well, you know, as you can tell, I'm still holding a grudge.
Of course, me too, man.
I'm honestly surprised I don't curse in more of these videos. Maybe because they're scripted.
No, they're not. I'm just going off the top for real.
Oh no, no. Like when I'm reading stats, like, you know, whatever. Like if I want to talk about like, oh, who could the Dodgers go for, and I read off like different, you know, stats casts and batting averages and slug percentages and walk rates. You know what I mean? Like that keeps me from cursing. That's what. But when I don't have it, whoo, shit. Huh?
Keep doing that then. Whatever helps.
So, the cheater in chief, the Astros are just falling up. Not a lot of the guys that were there cheated, huh? Or not a lot of the guys that cheated are there anymore.
That's right. Yeah, it's right now. I think it's down to Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and honestly, I think that might be it, man. Because they just got Jose Abreu. They have guys like, you know, Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez, who was called up after the scandal.
Right?
Yeah, I really think it's just Alex Bregman and Jose
Altuve. And you know, your Alvarez had himself a bomb playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
That Seattle team was way too new to the playoffs.
You know, he struggled for a bit there in the middle, but he stepped up in the final game for.
Oh, dude, that walk-off was just.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. But the Astros, to me, they still cheated. I bet you they cheated, man. I bet they cheated. Manfred let him get away with it once, which to think he's not helping them.
I don't know, man. I just don't think the players would stay quiet about it. The players would pick up on it, and it would be leaked again.
Or maybe they're just more slick about hiding it.
Maybe, but I highly doubt it.
So you think the Astros are actually a good team?
Yes, and I think that they could win another World Series this year, fair and square. They got Jose Abreu, my friend, who, I mean, they're not really losing anybody in value. They got Brantley back as well, who's a great contact guy. He'll get on base for all the power they have behind him. I mean, I'm looking at this potential lineup they have, and they lost Christian Vasquez, but they still have Maldonado, who's a great hitter against lefties.
Great. He's great. He's so good
against righties. He's kind of a scrub, but against lefties,
I mean, his velocity is still there too.
Yeah,
his velocity. Doesn't he have a slider that everyone fears?
Who?
Maldonado.
No, Maldonado's a catcher.
Oh, he's a catcher. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of either Framer Valdez or Christian.
One of the two. No, I mean,
they have a great rotation too, man. You know, they might have lost Justin.
They do. But... Well, and you know, they have we have Will Smith. They got Maldonado. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I still think that they're cheaters, and I feel bad for anyone that goes to play for the Astros because they're gonna be seen as cheaters, even if they were never a part of the scandal. Huh?
I think it's all delusional at this point that the Astros could still be cheating. I think it happened. I'm pissed about it, but there's just no way, man. Not without it getting leaked. You know, that's why like people say, oh yeah, sports games have been scripted and rigged all these years. But in reality, if that was the case, it would have been leaked by now. Somebody would have leaked it.
Why do I feel like in players' contracts now there's a thing against, hey, don't say anything if you see it?
Possibly. But
because I don't
even just the player, somebody who gets inside information like a reporter, or there's a lot of reporters out there that want to get that information and get it out quickly. It would have been found out for sure. And the number one way to do it is you send like a female reporter to get inside information, if you know what I mean. I mean, that sounds wrong, but let's be real, it is a strategy.
It is. I don't know. They're still cheaters to me, and they're still going to be cheating. But let's talk about the massive cheater who just can't get a break. Carlos Correa's deal with the Giants included 13 years, $350 million. And then it didn't. Because It Talk Studios, by the way, I don't know if you've ever watched him, but he's really good. I really like he does like 5 to 10 minute videos, and they're really good analysis. And he showed an intro. I was like, oh my God, no! It was really good. I wish I could play it. I could, but I don't want to search for it. Carlos Correa was going to play for the Giants. They were ready to secure the introductory press conference. They told the reporters, come on in, let's go. He was ready to go, and then they postponed it. They told reporters, hey, it's postponed. All right. Well, apparently it turned out that the Giants doctors and the Correa doctors, the Carlos Correa goons, the guys who are paid millions by him to lie for him, right? They disagreed on the physical. So there was a problem with Carlos Correa's physical, and everyone thought, oh, maybe it's a back injury. Maybe the Giants are concerned about his health. No, it was nothing to do with his back, according to the San Francisco Giants. Well, they disagreed. The Correa doctors disagreed. And a man by the name of Steve Cohen, that nobody ever really hears about, while everybody was sleeping, was vacationing in Hawaii. And he hears there's been a problem with the deal. So he comes in, swoops in, talks to Scott Boras, his agent, Correa's agent. Now, the Mets, he's the owner of the Mets. The New York Mets had offered him, 12 years, $300 million. Carlos Correa said, no, I want 350 because 300 million is not enough. He needs 50 more, 50 million more.
did, but continue.
Hey, Corey Seager did it too.
Yeah.
But he wanted that 350 million. Now, obviously, he's now in trouble with the Giants. So Scott Boras and him make a deal to say, fine, we'll give him to you, but you got to pay him. So he goes for 12 years to the Mets for $315 million. The deal fell through. Giants fans on Reddit, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere were crying their little asses off because, oh my God, the Giants owners are making us like the Oakland A's. It's going to be another long season. So, Duncan, now that I've done the explanation, I mean, what's your take here?
I think that the GM is an absolute clown. And I think that I think he's invested in that season that they had 2 years ago. They're still invested in that 107 win game season, a fluke season, by the way, where a bunch of mediocre players got hits at the right time and it won ball games for them. But, it's like what it is Aaron Judge first. Aaron Judge being passed on. A lot of it had to do with maybe he didn't want to leave New York, but I'm pretty sure there was a very good chance that Aaron Judge was going to go to the Giants, and something held that back. I don't know what it is, but
I think he was using them as leverage to tell the Mets, hey, San Francisco is willing to pay me X amount of money, because he didn't like that 200. What was it? It was like 12 years, $215 million. And he was like, no, I want more. I'm Aaron fucking Judge.
I have a prediction too. So Carlos Correa didn't officially sign that contract until he took the physical, So I have a prediction that the agent also decided to walk with Carlos Correa because they might have wanted to pay him less. Something that happens with baseball players is because we don't really know what it is on the physical, but after a lot of injuries, you develop arthritis. And so if doctors find arthritis in your system and all that, they tell the team, and the team owner's like, I don't know about a long-term investment. It happened to Matt Kemp. He had arthritis when he signed with the Padres, and they almost passed up on that contract because of it. So maybe the Mets ended up being the better option. I mean, let's be real. He'd rather play for the Mets than the Giants. Get that money. He has a much better chance to win. I mean, that offense is crazy now in New York. They have Pete Alonso over first, Eduardo Escobar at third, and then up the middle they'll have – or no, they could put Escobar at second with Jeff McNeil. I don't even know, man. And then they have
Carlos Correa is a shortstop, so they already have a shortstop, so they're gonna put Carlos Correa at third.
Yeah, Correa at third, Lindor at short, Jeff McNeil or Eduardo Escobar, both all-star caliber at second, switching off at DH probably, and then Pete Alonso too. I mean, that's insane.
Especially at first. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, Jacob deGrom left.
Yeah, but they got Verlander though. They kind of patched it up a little bit. Verlander, Scherzer, I like that.
Is Verlander anymore? Verlander was the most feared name in baseball.
Yeah, I believe so. Cy Young. He won the Cy Young. 1.7
this year.
ERA.
Mets are going to be extremely scared, especially with Scherzer. There was a game this last season where Scherzer had a no-hitter through 6 innings, and then they took him out, and then they gave like 5 runs.
It's total Dave Roberts move.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, but hey, at least his arm wasn't dead.
Oh yeah,
no dead arm.
We had 3 pitchers that year.
I had never heard that before when Max Scherzer. Oh yeah, I had a dead arm, and it happened because I was pitching less. All right, hold on a second. Yes. I have no idea. I'm live on YouTube right now.
Headphone notifications. Jason's AirPods Pro.
The interruption.
Yeah, hold on, Duncan. Okay, bye. No, it's just. Oh, hold on. Let me connect. It's just people call me when I'm live.
It's all good, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. All right, you good?
Yes,
You can
sir.
hear me? All right.
Yeah. I do have
Yeah.
to go in a little bit, but
Okay. Yeah. So, what were we saying last? I was kind of.
so we were talking about Correa, and then
Oh, the Mets.
we switched over to the Mets. Yeah.
Yeah, the Scherzer. Yeah, we were talking about Scherzer. I'd
Right.
never heard that before. I mean, look, Carlos Correa, like you said, who I don't know why he would want to go to New York. Or I'm sorry, to San Francisco. They're a disaster of a team. The Dodgers are becoming a disaster. No, the Dodgers are becoming. I fear they're going to become Oakland and San Francisco with the way they're being managed right now, with Andrew Freedman, the president of baseball operations. So and Dave Roberts and all of them. I don't know how Stan Kasten and Billie Jean King and Mark Walters and Magic and all them. I don't know how they're allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
If I
man.
was an owner, I'd be like, you go for. So anyway, yeah, Carlos Correa's deal falling through. I think it's
It's a
hilarious.
money game. For care more about.
Huh?
What's
What'd you
up?
say?
I'm saying it's a money game. You know, it really is the highest bidder. That's what it comes down to.
Well, Dodgers used to be the highest bidders, but now it's like they're allowing all these guys to like, it's okay. We're not really looking for anything. We'll rely on our prospects. Okay.
You want to hear one last prediction before?
Yeah.
One
Before
last
we move
prediction
to
for me.
before we
I
move
think
to the next segment, yeah.
the Dodgers are saving up for the trade deadline. I think that they want to go after Ohtani.
Ohtani just moved.
No, man. I think that they're not making any big signings this offseason to save cap space for a big signing like Ohtani. Like they'll trade for him and then they'll re-sign him for a lot of money, kind of like they did with Mookie Betts.
Didn't
And
Ohtani just move to like the Rangers or somewhere else?
no. Ohtani's still on the Angels.
Can you look that up? Because my dad was saying that he saw that he had moved.
No, I promise you it didn't. That would
Okay.
be all over the news, like across the world. But
Well, they have $30 million. They want to remain under the luxury tax. They are $30 million from under the tax, right? So if they're gonna, Otani's not gonna go for anything less than $30 million a year. I don't think they also let Cody Senga go to the Mets. They got Cody Senga. I mean, come on. This dude was a star in Japan. Wow.
it is crazy. I mean, the Mets are a powerhouse team now, for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think they're more fear. I think they're gonna be more fear
I
than the
have them
Yankees.
winning over the Phillies.
Huh?
Yeah, I think so too, for sure.
Yeah, over the Phillies. I think you said, but I think they're gonna because the Yankees. Oh my gosh, the big bad Yankees. Yeah, and they're gonna flail and get swept in 4 games by the Astros or the Trastros.
Yeah.
Okay, our guy, my friend Tyler, who I was gonna invite, he's a Yankees fan, and I said, your Yankees got swept. At least the Dodgers won what, 1 game? Okay, we won 1. Yeah, they're frauds, but you guys got swept. The Yankees. You guys are supposed to be the Yankees. Like how? Yeah. So that Carlos Correa deal falling through. My last thoughts on it: hilarious.
Yeah.
The Giants
Absolutely,
thought
man.
they had a chance.
Yeah.
And by the way, on that physical, I wonder if they also said, what if the injury? What if it was like drugs or something that Carlos Correa was going to get fined and put on the sidelines, and they didn't want that. They want him playing. AJ Preller was probably like, I don't want to pay him if he's going to be fined for this, whatever it is.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, let's go over Noah Syndergaard. So, before that, Xander Bogaerts and Dansby Swanson both going to the Padres. Those are two shortstops.
Yeah, it's wait, hold on. I feel like a casual right now. I know Bogarts went.
Bogaerts went to the San Diego Padres. Dansby Swanson signed with the San Diego Padres, and Seth
Oh,
Lugo.
no. Swanson. I was like, wait, Swanson went to the Padres too?
That's what that's what I saw.
No. Swanson went to the Cubs with Bellinger, and then Bogarts is now on the Padres. And then I think they have Tatis coming back in the middle of the season, so that's going to be crazy.
Hold on. I read on The Athletic. I don't remember if it was The Athletic, but that Bogarts or that Swanson went to San Diego.
Don't subscribe
So he went to
to
the
the
Cubs.
Athletic confirmed. Man, that's crazy. I don't know why they're putting that false ass information out.
So then he went to the Cubs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Correction on the show. I mean, they have Juan Soto, Josh Bell, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Xander Bogaerts, Josh Hader. They got Seth Lugo now. The Dodgers or the Padres are loaded.
I know, man. It's going to be interesting because, the Giants, it looked like they were stacking up, but obviously it's going to come down to the Padres and the Dodgers. I could see them winning the division this year and forcing us out if we don't, you know. You there?
You were cutting out.
My bad.
What were you saying?
It's going to come down to the Padres and the Dodgers, but I could see the Padres just taking the division this year. I mean, they have too good of a team. I mean, when Tatis comes back, I mean, what are we even going to do? They might even put Tatis in the outfield, to be honest, because that's how stacked they are.
And he's a dangerous
hitter. Or second
hitter.
Base, maybe, but
and he's a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Dodgers are in a shitload of trouble, and they don't even know it.
Yeah, I know. All right, so before I dip, though, let's talk about Syndergaard, man. I do like that. I like that acquisition, man.
You do. Okay, so let me go over his stats real quick. Okay. So he signed a 1-year, $13 million deal. He threw 134 and 2/3 innings, got a 3.94 ERA, 6.35 strikeouts per 9, 2.07 walks per 9. Now, going into StatsCast, it gets a little crazy. It digs into the picture a little more, tells a story. Exit velocity, 80th percentile. Hard hit rate. Hard hit rate was 79th percentile. Walk rate, 86th percentile. Strikeout rate was 12th percentile. Whiff rate, 11th percentile. Expected batting average, 15th percentile. So I look at this and I think of Tyler Anderson. The reason I think of Tyler Anderson was, remember when we got Tyler Anderson? Tyler Anderson was coming off injury, was coming off a bad year, was had numbers similar to that, probably a worse ERA, actually, older than Noah Syndergaard. I also think of Andrew Heaney. Bad numbers, injury, terrible ERA. I don't like this acquisition. Now, I could see him as a sixth starter. But the Dodgers are known for this. Let's get a really bad pitcher. Let's get a pitcher who's kind of okay. Fix his mechanics with Mark Pryor and the rest of all our coaches, and then someone else will take him next year. Because all these pitchers have seen, well, Andrew Heaney did it, Tyler Anderson did it, this guy, and they all got $40 million deals. They turned $8 million deals into $40 million deals the next year. I personally don't like it. I'm just about it. You know, the pros are he becomes like a Tyler Anderson, surprises everybody, earns his way up, and he's one of the best pitchers on the team. The cons are he's an Andrew Heaney that gives up a lot of home runs, which earned him the nickname, the name Home Run Heaney, or he's also injured, and he's also not as strong. They say it takes over a year to get over Tommy Johns and come back and be good. So he's had that year to get over TJ. Is he strong enough? Is he good enough? I don't know. I don't like it. You?
Well, I mean, the last bad pitcher we invested in was Tyler Anderson, and it worked out, man. I think that the staff, the pitching staff for the Dodgers, they're going to work well with Syndergaard. I think he's going to work out for us, and I think our rotation is going to be good enough without Buehler. We'll have Urias, Kershaw, Tony Gonsolin, now Syndergaard and Dustin May. That's good enough.
Well, is it going to be good enough when you have Dustin? Is Dustin May's command there? Is Kershaw's going to pitch maybe 25 innings or so, or 125 innings? He's going to go maybe 5 innings a game at most, maybe 6 on a good day. Do you see him more as like a piggyback? Like, all right, we got Kersh pitching tonight, and then before we go to the bullpen, we'll get Noah Syndergaard to throw for like 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, I think so, man. And I think, the next stream that we do, hopefully we'll know more about what the Dodgers team is going to look like, because there's talks about them getting Brian Reynolds too, which would
yeah, I'd like Brian Reynolds on the team.
And hopefully that'll be a talking point next time I'm on here, man. But I do have to go right now. It's been real.
It's been real. We didn't get through everything, but
we got time, man. We got a whole off season.
We got a whole off season. Last thing I'll say: do you think the Dodgers, Andrew Freedman, they're not making a big splash? You think they're saving up for the trade deadline? Do you think that they're making a mistake here with not making a splash, letting guys like Cody Senga, Xander Bogaerts, Dansby Swanson, and all these other guys go?
No, I think that they're so I think that they're investing the fact that they're going to be in playoff contention by the trade deadline, and I believe it. I believe that they'll be in the mix for it for sure, and they're saving up for a big trade that they're going to end up signing in the next offseason. I guarantee you that. Look for people who are on 1-year contracts. Look for people who are amazing and on their last legs on the contract, and I guarantee you that's going to be a consideration for the deadline. I promise you that. It's going to take some time, of course. July.
Yeah, it's a long time away. But in the baseball season, it's right around the corner. I don't think they're going to the playoffs. I really don't, and I think that there's a lot to say on whether they're even going to win a lot of games, and all of that.
Yeah, we'll see, man. So, we just gotta hope.
Oh God, I'm not hopeful, man. I'm really not. With how they're being managed, with the bullpen, Gavin Stone, Bobby Miller, James, all those guys, Andre Jackson. You think maybe the Dodgers are going to go for, I want 40, 50 starts and bring one of them on?
Possible, yeah. Depends on how the rotation does. If anyone goes down, they might give some guys some chances, But we'll
Michael
see,
Grove,
man.
Brian Pepio. And last question, Gavin Lux, shortstop, yes or no?
I actually have Chris Taylor at short and Gavin Lux at second.
Yeah, I could see that. Max Muncy does make mistakes at third, so I'd love to see. Well, Chris Taylor does good at left field. We'll see if he even plays a lot or if he's not as injured. Duncan, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Hopefully, we can do another stream soon.
Yeah, man. I always enjoy coming on here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Maybe we'll go over a press conference. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's your Instagram? At Duncan at
Duncan Dye. Duncan Dye FSM, all lowercase.
Duncan Dye FSM. I will add that on the in the description. That's your sports one, right?
Yeah.
All right, follow him there, and all right, we will see you guys next time.
All right. Peace.